Okay guys, so oops, this is the wrong thing. Let's bring it over to me. You don't need to see my weird, horrible setup screen. Let's actually just go back to me for just a second. We're in the next game. I'm just setting up the players, and then we can actually head on over to the overlay and have a look at who they're going to be. I just want to make sure everything is ready for the stream and the overlay before I actually do anything here. So for the first time we actually have horizontal positions, so that's going to be kind of interesting as well. Don't see that as much on this map so far, but let's actually just make sure this is all set up and the positions are right on the overlay, and we can actually move on over and get into the game. So really looking forward to this. I've actually set up the positions the wrong way around, but hopefully you're all enjoying what you're seeing so far. Obviously a lot of work has gone into this, and Telecom, it's not going to be it's not going to end in 2019. It should end by the end of the year, so don't worry, but it is going to be a long tournament. Hopefully everyone sticks around it. There's a big prize pool so far, $700 at least, all crowdfunded, so thank you very much for that. And of course there is still codes available to use, so do make use of them. On Match Arena you don't have to pay anything to do that, and it is $1 to the prize pool. Every team at the end will get something, so it's not going to be a complete the winner takes all or anything crazy like that. I've not completely worked out the prize structure, but there is 14 teams, so I think the bottom 10 will get at least 1% of the prize pool each, so that'll be to share out between their team. So hopefully by the end of the tournament, there is 4 rounds, hopefully by then we'll have a lot of players and everything. But let's move on over to the overlay, and let's see exactly what's going on now. As you can see, we're going to have a TVP here. It's going to be between Te, 4, aSh and Stussy. Stussy for white here. This is going to be Stussy's debut match as well. Bai and Stussy added to the roster a couple of weeks ago, and the map they're going to be playing on is going to be on Pathfinder. Now Pathfinder are a very, very cool map. As I did say, they're going to be on horizontal positions, so it's going to be a little bit more interesting in terms of unit movement here, but it should be a lot of fun. Let's not waste too much time. Let's actually go on into the next game. Just wait for the song to finish, and let's move on over to the game overlay. Here we go, this should be good. And let's get started with the game, guys. I actually unpaused the replay a little bit too early. But here we go, starting us off in the bottom left position. It's going to be fighting for white. His team is up 1-0 so far. It's going to be Stussy. And his opponent, as I said before, gonna be in the blue. It's in the 5 o'clock position. He's fighting for aSh. He's going to try and bring aSh back into the series. It's gonna be Te. And you know what? As Eskia said, man, I mean, Pathfinder is a very, very cool map. There's a lot of area in TVP to send vultures around, a lot of space for carriers, a lot of space for reavers, and overall I think this could be one of the best PvT maps in the entire game. I love this map in TVP and PvT. A lot of fun, and hopefully this is going to be a fun game as well. If you did miss it before, we did just have DM versus Sai. That was a very, very fun series as well. Thank you very much for the follow, Redbeard the Reveler. That's actually a really, really cool name, so thank you very much for the follow. I managed to catch OBS before it disappeared this time, so it does mean a lot. Thank you for supporting the tournament, thank you for supporting me. And we do have Stussy going for the gateway first. Nothing too crazy, not going for any proxy gates. Now it may look like, as you can see the center here, all of this is unbuildable. But as you get further up into the map, there's actually a spot in the very middle in between all 3 bases that you can actually build in. And I only know that because I've played this map so much. These are, let's actually count the mineral patches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One is a half mineral patch, so it's not 10 full. But of course this is 1 extra mineral patch compared to normal. And the natural actually has full mineral patches as well. So pretty good for a macro map. Does take a long time for everything to come through. Looks like I have got another follow, so thank you very much for that. Penguin Bromo, I think I read that right, but you know what? Here we go, we actually have the Cybernetic Scroll coming up. Now, aSh is sending a very, very weird scouting pattern. He could, of course, go for something like a proxy factory on this map and float it into the main. Stussy is getting prepared for this already by building this pylon on the edge of his base. But as you can see, like this pathway around the top, that's going to be the same on all of them. There is this hidden third base behind all the bases. And it looks like this is just going to be the natural route the SCV takes to get into the main. Gonna take him a little bit longer to scout that way. He does send his SCV in the wrong way. And the probe just trying to do what it can to harass the SCVs, not get any kills or anything like that. We of course do have the gas coming up for Tear. We have 1 gate range on the way for Stussy over here in the left. Now, kind of interested to see what tech he goes for. DTs are quite good on this map. Reavers are especially good on this map. But he could also go for an early expansion. He does know there's nothing too crazy coming out from the Terran play, although we could see an FD push here. He's gone past the 2 Marines, going to be adding up to 4 at least. I'm going to allow him to defend his ramp a little bit better. Oh, but that block by Stussy, really, really nicely done. Going to be able to stop this SCV from getting in a little bit, for a little bit longer. But still, no tech coming in, but look at how cheeky Stussy is being. There is a probe and a pylon in the top right. Just going to get a shot of that as well, as you can see. They actually added this bit in the... okay, so the Dragoon gets the SCV. Now, there are these weird little jutty out bits here by the... these are actually the third bases here, around about here and sort of in the bottom middle. And they added these areas so you could proxy buildings. And this is exactly what Stussy's going to do. He is building a proxy robo. And I will... Okay, I'm not going to say that I'm going to do anything, right? When I say this, I mean this in a jokey way. I am not promising to eat my hat if this gets scouted. But seriously, if Tear sends an SCV up there, I will eat my hat metaphorically. I will not figuratively eat my hat, I will not physically eat my hat, but I will metaphorically do it, because you would need to be some kind of scouting, you would need to be Flash to scout that location at this point in the game. He does know there's only 1 gateway into Robo, and thank you very much for the follow there. Only 1 gateway into, sorry, he knows there's only 1 gateway, no expansion at 4 minutes. With range, 1 gate range, could... possibly say that there is going to be a robo, but he's not going to be able to scout it like this. He does get the first Dragoon though. Apparently there is a little bit of lag, so that could come into it a little bit. We do have the shuttle on the way, so this is going to be for Reavers. But Stussy is going to have to worry more about what's coming into the front of his base. We actually have some mines being placed down on the ramp, making sure he doesn't lose to any DTs. But it's not going to be DTs that he needs to watch out for. It is going to be the Reavers. And here we go, the first Vulture actually gets taken down very, very quickly. And it looks like Tear going to be moving his army back, feeling quite content with what's going on. He's sending another 2 Vultures. It's actually going to be 2 factories. I can't believe I didn't notice that before. But here we go. The probe is going to come down. We just saw the shuttle popping out as well. Is this 2 factory going to be able to end the game? There's no expansion here, so it's not do or die for Stussy. Although if he builds the expansion, it could be a little bit hairy. We do actually have the probe coming in. He needs to be able to stop this, but he will see 2 Vultures leaving the base at once. So he knows it's a 2 factor. And look at this. Stussy pulling his units back immediately, making sure that he doesn't lose anything. But this is a lot of units from the Terran player. This Reaver is going to have to do a lot of damage. He's going to lose a lot of probes if he's not careful. Going to block his Dragoons in. But really, really nice micro by Tear so far. Doing a very, very good job with this 2-fac. One of the tanks actually stuck on a mine, though. And that could be quite dangerous. Looks like we do have the Nexus going to be going down. Needs to make sure he cancels that. Does cancel it. So all is not lost. But here we go. We actually have the Reaver on the way into the base. And how much damage is this going to be able to do? Looks like we're going to have Tear pulling back with his 2 factory. But is it going to be quick enough? We have the shuttle coming in. Is there any defense against shuttles? Look how far the units have to go back. They're actually going to go all in here. He knows he cannot hold on. How good are the Scarabs going to be? There's no pull on the SCVs. Here we go. He's finally pulling them away, but this is going to be a big Scarab if this hits. Gets another 2 SCVs. We have the Reaver chasing around everything, but here we go. Looks like the unit's going to try and break up the ramp. I don't think this is going to be good enough. He made a misplay here pushing like this. And it looks like Stussy is going to be able to defend. Looks like we still have the Reaver flying around. There is a turret here now, going to make it a little bit harder to pull in. But with all of Tez units going down at the front. Oh, but this is so hard to attack with the Reaver. Although that Scarab didn't bug somehow. That's actually quite impressive. We actually have an Observer coming in, but that's going to be too much damage. GG! And Tear is going to go down to Stussy, who apparently stayed in the game a little bit longer.